I have the joy of being in an interracial marriage. And so for me, my kids, they've always noticed that mommy and daddy looked different. And as they started to grow up, they started to be exposed to our history in our nation. So they would ask, I remember when they learned about the Jim Crow era, separate but equal. And my son asked, Mommy, I can't imagine anyone being mean to you. And at that moment, I realized they are starting to understand that people hate people based on merely the color of their skin, or people hate people based merely on their culture. Racism exists. And so I don't want to let the culture teach my kids about racism. I want them to understand that we live in a fallen world, that we have all sinned. Every single one of us have sinned against God. And one of the ways that our sin is manifested is the way we treat one another. And one of the ways that we can harm each other is through hating and having pride over another person merely because of the color of their skin. Racism exists, and I think even in those simple words, just letting our kids understand that Genesis speaks of a time when there was perfection, and then when sin came into the world, one of the things that happened is that we began to treat each other not just poorly, but with hate and divide. And so that is how I teach the kids, is just to make sure that they understand what sin is, and that helps to teach what racism is.